I know.
You hurt my feelings.
Hi, this is Scott Jordan, and you are watching live here at Cellars of Sonoma in beautiful Railroad Square, Santa Rosa, California. And welcome to TV Tuesday Live. This is the show where we talk about wine, we taste wine, we drink wine. We don't make wine.
We don't make wine, but
No.
we should. I think that one of these days we're going to have to start stomping some grapes.
Yeah, so yeah, well, if you see a live shot and you see barrels behind us in our shorts and barefoot, then you know what's going on. But hey, now tonight we're going to have a little bit of fun. Brian went on a adventure and ended up in the state of Tennessee.
Well, I was in Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, and Illinois, but predominantly in Tennessee.
So you were on the run.
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right. So he escaped from there, which was good, but he also escaped with some bottles that look like wine. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the Tennessee wines and the things that you found in Tennessee, which is really interesting. I do have, for the very first time in 5 years, a dump bucket.
You have little faith, I'll tell you.
What I did was I put a ringer in. We've got the 2011 Pirate in the house, so I haven't had it yet. And so we're going to test drive it right now for any of you that are Pirate fans. I will caution you, and when we get to the Pirate, we'll go over it in more detail, but we're going to probably allocate this wine, and then I'm going to get X amount, and then it's gone. So that's really important to understand that, because I don't have another resource. And last time Heidi was in here, she cleaned me out with all the 10 I was hoarding. So so we'll taste it tonight and see how it's brewing. But let's start right at the top. This green color wine. Tell me about this. Now this says this is the Summercrest Winery. It's a table wine. That must be some licensing. It was made in Portland, West Portland, Tennessee.
Tennessee. Yeah, there is a Portland in Tennessee, so not to be construed or mixed up with Portland, Oregon.
Now it does say Music City Princess. If you can see that. And then interesting enough, it says on here, now this is kind of weird, it says for sale in Tennessee only.
That's right. The reason being is that in Tennessee their laws are very strict, and for them to ship a wine to another state is very expensive for them. And so this particular wine, Music City Princess, is one of their gold medals from whatever kind of wine hooplas that they have. But it's made with a cavada grape. I'm not sure what a cavada is, but I find that this is a kind of a vibrant and very refreshing, but along the lines of a Pinot Gris, maybe, kind of. So,
well,
but this is local
that
grapes.
Hint of fruitiness what you might see in a Pinot Gris.
I'm not a big fan of the label or the pink topper.
Well,
you don't like the pink topper.
You got to remember everybody in the South. You know, they're all peaches down there. So.
No, they're wasted on their whiskey.
Oh, these ladies are really nice. I mean, thank you very much for hosting.
Oh, it's
us
a bunch of women that make this?
No. I mean, the women drink it.
They're regular people.
So this is a women's wine?
No, it's
Men
no,
can't buy this?
Men drink whiskey and beer.
I didn't know that you couldn't
They
buy
drink
it.
wine too.
How did you get it then? Did your wife buy it for you?
See, I don't think that's all that bad.
Okay,
I mean,
so in the nose, I get
a little grassy.
little grassy, a little floral note. How do they produce this one?
They put it in a barrel. It is oaked. It's not oaked very long, but they use a grape called Cavada, and I forgive me, I didn't have time to check the Cavada grape. I was confused. I thought it was the Muscadine, which we'll talk about in a minute, but it's not bad. They in Tennessee, this particular winery.
It's kind of spritzy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Little lollipop out.
They
What
actually
years?
produce this is 2008, but they don't put the years and the vintages
Where'd they put it on there?
They don't put them on there.
What do you mean they don't put it on there? How do I know what year it is?
They don't have very much. So if it's next year, it's next year's wine. So it's real simple, you know.
Yeah, but you aged this in a bottle.
You don't age Tennessee wines.
But you said it was 2008.
But they just bottled. I mean, they just brought it out to release it. So don't ask me. I asked them. I said, "How come it doesn't have a 2008 on it?" She said, "We just don't put it on." It's called Music City Princess, and
It's
I
produced
think
and bottled by Summercrest Winery. If you want to get there, you can drive to 5306 Old Highway 52, West Portland, Tennessee.
Summercrest Winery.
Summercrest Winery.
Right, yeah.
And it's table
in Tennessee.
wine. So it's
They're
you're-
just north of Nashville, about 40 miles.
all right.
I guess.
Let me evaluate it based on its merits, and just I'll be really
nice.
I'll be really nice.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to drink out there.
We have Tennessee dealers.
You want them coming to you.
But I find it refreshing, a little fruity, a little pineapple-y. It is grassy. Smile when you do that, partner.
Yeah. So it's got like no finish, and what you get everything up front, and it goes and it just right out, and it doesn't leave a nice lingering anything. Now, where are they growing the grapes for this? Is this there's a product of the grape?
This is actually estate grown. This is they grow the Cavada grape.
Man,
which-
you gotta serve that cold, baby.
Yeah.
That's gotta be super cold.
And they were explaining that this is one of those that you sit out in your pool and you have ice in it. You probably would throw a little bit of 7-Up or something into it, you know, to kind of even sweeten it up a little bit more. Kind of a cooler type wine, you know, wine cooler type thing. But it's you know, all in all, I mean, out of a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 7. You know, it's you got to remember you're not tasting California wines here. These are
You were a
Tennessee
lot more
wines.
critical last night when we were doing that tasting. Don't say anything.
Well, no, I won't. But it was different because we were tasting California wines. But I really do.
I don't think you gave a 7 to any of that.
Honestly, I mean,
What's the price point on this? Maybe that'll help.
this is only $12.95. So you know, I mean, the price point is right there. They do produce a Chardonnay. They do produce a Merlot, which is what we're going to have. They do produce a Cabernet. And those 3 varietals, they actually source their grapes from the state of Washington. So they bring those in because they don't grow the grapes like we grow out here back there.
Right. So they're Merlot and Cab. They're bringing from Washington.
That's right. Yeah, they're and they're bringing the juice from
Well,
there. So
you know, so those of you that don't know a ton about the wine production side and growing grapes, you guys outside of California are really limited to what you can do because you don't have the right conditions. And one of the big conditions that you don't have is you have the element of rain that happens in the summer, so your plant is not stressing like they are up here. And if you really want to make ultra premium wines, you've got to put some stress on that. That's why Oregon, for example, makes amazing Pinot Noir. But if you go to Oregon you're going to see most of the plantings are on hillsides. And you'll notice that the plantings are narrow rows, really narrow. I mean, super narrow, like maybe like this. Where in California, you can get away with maybe from here to the wall, you know, in width, because we literally, now we're not going to have any rain probably between now and October.
Right.
So other parts of the country, they're going to have rain, you know, once a month.
Well, yeah, and the reason that the grapes that we're familiar with here aren't going to do well there is because the grapes here are actually thinner skinned, and they're susceptible to that wet and humid condition that's constant back there during the summertime. So they're going to rot real quick if they didn't have a thicker skin to where they can open those canopies up and keep the sunlight down into them. And so they use a whole different. And Dave was talking to me, and I couldn't understand all of it that he was trying to tell me. But the grapes are actually a different type of grape. A lot of people familiar with Welch's grape juice. They use the Concord grape, both white and red, and they produce a lot of their wines using Concord grapes. But they have a tendency to make that a very sweet wine, which is what you're going to get when you have grape juice. And so it was very interesting. It really was. And I tasted some of those, and they have a tendency to mix those types of grapes with actual fruit, so that they use peach and strawberry and blackberry and blueberry, and they mix all this fruit, and they do upwards of a 50-50 mix with it, because they're fermenting that actual fruit so that they get that wine, and it becomes a little higher in the alcohol. So.
Is there a question? Go ahead.
Well, no, he's got some statements here from my vine.
Yeah.
Let's see, if I can get this over.
All right.
He says that for sale in Tennessee only tells me 75% of the grapes did not come from the state, label law. And then he says that
So what he's just.
if it says American, then on the front label that tells
Came from
me
Indians.
75%
American Indians.
of the grapes do not come from Tennessee too.
All right, so what you guys probably didn't hear what Nita was saying is Dazelle had looked up some history or some issues that when it says on here for sale only in Tennessee, then 75 or 85% of that fruit is coming from somewhere else.
Tennessee, 75% of the grapes did not grow in the state.
Grow in the state.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Wow. Well, this is a interesting wine, I will say, and yes, super cold. Wow, like mega cold. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's got to be cold.
Super.
And if it says American, then.
I've never seen the word American on any of these
Yeah.
things. We'll see.
But maybe if you get outside.
All right, well, we're gonna get.
smaller rural places,
They
that's
just
what
don't
you see.
sell them outside.
All right.
Well,
So
they-
this.
now they just to kind of a little point to that. One of the things that I was told by the vintner was that because of the fact that they don't have the ability to ship out of state except by special permit, that's one of the reasons why it says for Tennessee only, because they don't allow them to ship that, distribute it, put it out. There's no way it goes out of the state
Boy, that's.
except under a license law that's
They
there.
saved the money in that.
So- And this is a Merlot.
Okay, so this is Merlot. What year is this, or is this a non-vintage?
This is a non-vintage Merlot,
All right, so
from
let me
what I could tell.
Let me explain to the viewers. If you see non-vintage, typically you see that in sparkling wine. It means that you didn't have 85% of that didn't come from within that one vintage. You've used different years together, so you call it a non-vintage. Most still wines are not done that way. It's pretty rare. When you're in this example, they took Washington fruit. Did they say where in Washington?
Yeah.
That's probably because it came from all over the planet.
It's almost like olives.
Take a picture of her face. Oh, dude, interesting. Wow. You know, this is. How much is this?
Again,
I just-
this is a rip-roaring 1895.
Man.
And the reason, and I think the reason being is because they've got to import.
Real.
They've got to import that grape.
Do we have any idea what it aged in? And it never saw an oak barrel in its life.
It's well, it's a dry wine known for its ruby color, soft tannins, offers a hint of cherry and toasted pecans, perfect with that juicy steak and a full of health benefits. But they do age it in oak. I would imagine that this is probably American oak because they're back, you know, in the South. So,
They didn't put that in oak at all. It went. It went from
I
a
don't know if
stainless
they
steel-
are or not. I mean, I'm sure they are. I mean, and again, please. I mean, if you
You're
are
guessing
listening to us,
you're guessing on the oak program, aren't you?
no. I was told that it was actually in oak. No, they do it. They ferment it and then put it into oak and let it age in oak. So,
Licorice,
Raisins.
raisins.
It's very fruity.
Like a
Oh
chutney.
my God, this is a tough one.
This would probably be good with curry.
That's a really tough one.
Spicy.
very tanny.
Yeah,
Oh
like curry.
my
Is it-
gosh.
Yeah, good with curries and things like that. Really spicy.
Man, what did it cost to ship that stuff out from Washington?
Well, I'm sure, a little bit.
Well,
I mean,
not
I'm sure
too
it's
much. He's
juice.
selling it for $18.
I mean,
that,
it's
that bottle cost him 50 cents, and the foil, so he's into it about $1.
Be careful. They have my my mailing address. You know,
Oh man, you didn't join the wine club or anything,
No,
did you?
I can't do it. Wine club.
Oh, that's right. You can't ship out of the state.
What happens if those
Thank
people
God.
come here and they want to come and taste your wine?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Yeah, if you're tuned in from Tennessee, guys are you poor things. Thank God we can ship to you. That is just, I mean, there's certain wines that we don't grow here because we don't do a good enough job, and so they're struggling. This is a real push. This is a real push. Wow.
Yeah, I found the Merlot. My tasting notes were.
You told me you'd never like to say anything negative.
It's very high tannins. It was and it just has such a dry finish
Did it
onto
say?
it. So
Does it say the alcohol?
I'm sure it's probably up there around 14%.
No, 12.8.
12.8.
That's right here.
No, I can't get a read on this for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
big.
It's always fun to try different wines.
You guys are just
No, but
I
that's
can
why
rip
we.
them up a little bit.
Well, we just and quite
They're
honestly,
doing the wrong
folks,
stuff.
We're just
If you
having
go to
fun at your
Oregon or
expense, so-
Washington, they're only going to grow certain varietals. They're not,
Yeah, we're not trying to be mean spirited.
No.
We're just having fun, but
That's,
Thank you, Brian, for bringing us on.
Yeah.
That.
These are very cool. So we can. That's.
But now-
was this the
now-
only winery that you went to?
yeah, because
The only winery?
I mean, I was there. It took me 3 days to be able to find a winery that was open. So you have California time and then you have Tennessee time. So
That's.
okay, now
Wow.
just
Okay. Missing history.
we'll move over to the Cabernet. Now, personally, I think the Cab is a lot better, and I think that the winemaker he almost got it right. So
Almost got
yeah,
it
but
right.
it's good. I mean, no, I mean, again, you got to remember. I mean, they're primarily making sweeter wines, and so they're trying to make something that was comparable to a California wine. And I think he did a pretty good job. So let's.
Why
let's go
didn't he
ahead
buy
and move on.
California fruit if he was trying to do that?
Well,
How about we
yeah,
try this?
who knows?
What's the price point? Ooh, look at the color. Now what? And this is a non-vintage also.
This is actually a 2008 Cabernet Sauvignon. It's a gold medal winner for him.
Okay, gold medal.
It's
that's
a black velvet textured layers in your mouth with hints of cherries and elderberries. Strong, robust red with rich oak tannins, and it left lingering in your mouth. So,
I wish you guys could see the color.
Yeah.
You might be able to, Karina, see if you can zoom in on this. Looking at what we call the hue here. This is a real indicator of a wine that's changing. It's showing its age, and so the color's changed. It's getting
got that
bricky.
brickish flavor, yeah.
It's
Talking about the brown.
Yeah, brown, kind of brickish.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't even smelled it yet, but just in the look, right away, it's going to tell me it's an older wine, or it's somehow oxidizing. That's what's making the color change. Well, I must say, I must say they raised the bar on the nose.
Yes.
Yeah. They got rid of that weird whatever that other that clearly improved. Price point on this?
This is $18.95 also, and they are recommending that you drink it now, and that it may be okay for a few years. But I don't think I think it's drinking now is what you.
What kind of cork program did those have?
They're artificial. Yeah, they're all synthetic with the cork wrapper, but it's got the synthetic inner that's inside of it. So it's not a solid cork.
It's not a solid cork.
Well, it's not all cork. The center is that synthetic, but it's got a wrapper of cork on the outside.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So-
thought. Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's really
Prunes?
leaking.
What are you getting prunes?
Yeah,
You don't
a
want
little bit of
prunes.
pruning. Yeah.
You don't want prunes. That's why you're getting that bricky color, because the wine.
The age is coming up on this.
Yeah,
it's showing.
and they probably are not using new oak in any of the program. They're probably using neutral barrels that have been used several times. So you're not imparting any of those characteristics that'll hold this thing together, and that's why it's starting to fall apart. It could be whiskey barrels, yeah.
I don't think so. I see, and you got to remember we're at a disadvantage because we don't know what the vintner's requirements are back there. You know, what can they do? What can they get away with? How do they say what it is? What that is? So.
Oh yeah.
Reconstituted cork is what is off that.
What is it?
A reconstituted. Okay.
Reconstituted cork. You wonder why they're going in that direction, because that's not your big cost at all. It really isn't. Why you wouldn't just go with a regular cork? Why you it's probably you probably saved about 20 cents a bottle, a cork. So you wonder why he
don't know.
Yeah, somebody sold him that idea, but quite honestly, you're not going to be able to see. The problem is you're not going to be able to age this thing anyway. You might as well have done a screw cap. I mean, let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with a good screw cap, though.
Oh no! It's so much cheaper as a closure, though.
Right.
If you're looking to save some money and then you go into a synthetic and you've got an $18 wine, I think you're missing the whole market here. Just go screw cap and move on.
Sure.
I'd do that in a nanosecond.
Yeah, because
Hell
the
You're not
biggest
gonna age this
I think
wine.
the biggest problem is, like you're saying, the wine is oxidized.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know if it was because it was oxidizing and that it hasn't been in the bottle that long and it was all in the barrel, a neutral
Hell no.
barrel,
No
or
way.
whatever. But
No way.
but it's just
I bet you that wasn't in the barrel more than 10 or 12 months at the most, at the absolute most. But you know how in the process of wine you can enter air into the process through racking and so on, and if you do too much of that, you get this bricky
so are you saying that this hasn't been in the bottle long?
Oh no, I think it's been in the bottle for a long time. Hell yeah, you said it was
So they just
2008.
did. So they just didn't bring it off the market maybe
Well, I don't know.
bring it.
That-
Yeah, we
well,
don't
maybe they
know.
weren't selling the other vintage.
This is true.
Yeah. Well,
And I don't know what they're
in a
production-
blind tasting, I could never have picked that out. I would never have picked that out. Because you know what I don't get with this? Cassis. It's the one thing that in Cabernet Sauvignon you should always have, and I don't have that at all. And I don't have any. I really don't have any tannin. And I wonder if you use something besides cab. Did they talk about doing blending?
No.
there?
And unfortunately, they don't give you any information on the bottles either.
You got a
know,
question? Go ahead there, sis.
So Giselle wants to know if you guys tasted these wines blind, would you think they were from California, Washington, etc.? Do you
Well,
have any idea where they came
Okay, well that's a wonderful. Well, first of all, I think the quality of Washington wines is really high. So I would, I'd be fooled quite a bit. I think in a blind tasting, I would never have thought that this touched an oak barrel, and if it did, it touched it when they threw the chips in the barrel in the stainless steel tank, because that's the impression that I get in the wine. Is that I get the impression there's no backbone to it. There's no big finish. In a blind tasting, yeah, I wouldn't have picked California. In the nose, I wouldn't have picked it in the nose.
No, I don't think I would have picked it with California.
No. We should
But
have
I
done
wouldn't have picked it even as a really as. I don't think I would have picked it as a cab. I think I would have picked it as a red wine, just something a table wine, something along the lines that somebody would say it's a Cabernet.
Well, strangely enough, it says
based
table wine on
or
it.
something. Yeah.
The alcohol's not high, 12.8.
Yeah.
It's
It's not overly tannic either.
no, it's not. I'm getting
Yeah.
It's super dry. It's super dry. It's puckering up my mouth pretty good, and Karina's mouth. I can see her tongue stuck.
I took a picture. It's hilarious.
Took a
I'm gonna
picture
show you.
of your tongue.
No, of my face
Oh.
after tasting the wine.
Show that on camera. Just take it on camera. Oh, come on.
I already showed you.
Well,
But I mean, you got to remember that the winemakers back there, they're trying to bring a product to market that's going to satisfy the people that they're selling their wine to, and those are the people that are there. And the people that are there are the sweeter wine drinkers.
Very much so.
Most of this is really a very small part of their production. Most of their wines that you would taste back there, and they have a whole bevy of sweet wines. This is 3 out of about 18 different varietals.
now
that
how
they
many?
put out.
How much production do they make?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you how much that was. I wouldn't imagine it's all that big.
No, I guess not. What's your question there?
It's not a question. It's more of a statement. Giselle says you are tasting the challenges of the other 46 states that are not California, Washington, Oregon, or New York.
Or New York? Yeah, and it's weather, terroir. It's the humidity is an issue big time. You just eliminate a whole bunch of fruit. I mean, can you imagine? They're spending a fortune to ship in Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot because there's no way in heck they're going to be able to grow it there. It just ain't happening.
No, they cannot grow it there.
No, hell no.
But
there's no way.
But there are some of the people that live there.
Karina, what are you
actually do
laughing
that,
at?
So.
What are you laughing at? Now you have to
Herself.
share.
She's laughing at herself.
I was gonna post the picture.
She's laughing at her own
We'll
self.
post it. You just think you're funny. She's funny.
Uh,
Well, it's a big challenge, and I give you guys a hard time about it, and I don't mean to rag on them. They're going through the growing pains that Oregon went through 10 years ago, and if you go to Oregon, you're not going to see Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot or Zin or Syrah. They went through that, and they kept trying it, and they don't have it. What they have is hillside plantings and Pinot Noir, baby, and that's what works.
Yep.
Washington, they had to go over the mountain to
The east side.
the east side, and they figured it out. They can do Cab, they can do Merlot, they can do the Bordeaux blends, and they're pretty darn good.
Oh, absolutely.
And you got to grow within your market, and that's the challenge.
Well, they do a lot of peach and
Yeah,
strawberry.
yeah, they're using other,
Blueberry.
they're using other fruit.
Very, very, very
And,
sweet.
and just in,
You
just
can ferment
in,
anything.
yeah,
That's
just for some information, you know, that
That's tough.
they use some of the grapes varietal, if you want to call them a grape varietal. You know, they use the Niagara grape, which is from the north, which is a northern grape. They use a muscadina, which they think is similar to a muscat, but it's not. It's not even the same genus or anything. So, but it's a very sweet, almondy, nutty type grape. It produces that sweetness, like almost a late harvest. So not quite as sweet as the muscat, but they use that in conjunction with a lot of fruit. So you'll see what they call Orlinda Gold or Portland Strawberry Blush or Bonnie Blues or Tennessee Blackberries. And what they do is they mix this to a 50% concentration between
With
fresh
bourbon.
fruit, with fresh fruit,
Okay.
and this muscadine grape, and ferment that together and actually
like a-
produce
like
a
a-
very sweet wine.
Like when you're in prison and all you,
When-
when you're in prison.
Exactly, you know, when you
Neither-
take you hoard your peaches in the prison line.
the show director here, Nita, in the background, said that's what you have in prison.
Yeah.
Now,
So I've heard.
so you've heard. I see.
But you know, I mean, it's they also use what they call a Fredonia grape, and I've never heard of a Fredonia grape.
Has anybody heard of Verdona grape? If you have,
No, we've
Yeah.
lost
let us know.
all the East Coast is
Right? They're going, what the hell is he talking about?
Everybody's-
This
side
crap.
of the Mason-Dixon line
Yeah.
is
Oh my
Everybody's
God.
turned off from
All
right.
Tennessee, so we're not
Um,
going to see anybody from Tennessee again. So.
So don't forget about what's going on in wine country. And I have to say, folks, by the way, I went to and next week I didn't pull the pictures up, but I'll send you next week. I'll show pictures of Baccarat in Santa Barbara. I went to the coolest resort.
Is that gorgeous?
It is
That
like the
is
coolest
gorgeous.
resort on the planet. My gosh, I really, and I've lived here since 1977, and I've seen it all. In fact, Southern California, most of those places, it is absolutely breathtaking, beautiful.
Isn't
What a great place! It's in Santa Barbara. It was like 80, 85 degrees every day. At night, it was like 70. I mean, it was just absolute, and you're right on the ocean. It was just magical. What a fun.
If you can, I always look at it as saying, if you can imagine a 4 seasons with $1 million view,
Oh,
but this
That's
is
what it
like
is,
an,
yeah.
I would call
it's
this
more
an,
Spanish.
yeah, I would call
too,
this an
so.
8 seasons.
Oh,
because I'll
it's
tell you,
it's one
it
season.
is just such an absolutely gorgeous.
It's in a
property.
great spot.
Oh, yeah.
And so,
Trump would die to have
if
that.
you ever want to go to a fun, cool place, that's it. My
Did you
gosh,
ever full
You know,
Paris.
save your money because the only thing they knew was $20.40.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't
You get
use
something-
they don't
you
use
get-
ones, 5s, or 10s.
No,
it's
it's 20s and 40s.
hundreds. 20s and hundreds.
No.
It was unbelievable. I go to breakfast and there wasn't one thing under $25. And yeah,
Yeah.
seriously, like
Yeah.
just a regular omelet was $22. And then some, yeah, dinner was
Yeah.
45, and oh my. So anyway, this weekend though in wine country, we've got our regulars coming in. We've got Ricky Allen Ray on Thursday, John Pita on Friday, Greg Youter on Saturday. Haven't seen Greg in a while. I need to come in and say hello. He's a great musician. So come and hang with us. Okay, now this is interesting. First of all, everyone, look at the color of this right here. Guess the kind of wine this is. This is really weird. I immediately said rosé because there's no way that wine saw the skins for very long. And if you're making, this is a port, and if you're making a port, you had some other method in here to give it a little kick, and it sure the heck wasn't the grapes. So what did they do in this puppy dog? Because that is the craziest looking port I've ever seen in my life.
This is.
And this is an American style. So somebody tell me what they mean by that.
Okay.
American style.
Doesn't mean it's American.
This is what they call a blackberry ruby port, and it is fortified with a natural grape spirit, which is brandy, but it's a blackberry brandy.
And they put all of it in there too.
And they do.
19.2, baby.
And I'll tell you what.
That just burnt my hand. I can't believe it. I've never seen a wine do that. And look, it's going right through the glass. That's unbelievable.
This is something that really, when you look at the bottom of the bottle, you'll see the fruit that's in the bottom of it still. So
yeah,
there
were chunks.
There
were.
American said, if it says American, then 75% of the grapes did not come from the
75% did not come from Tennessee.
It does. It's not American. Who keeps saying American? We're not talking about American.
That's what it is on the label.
It does not say American.
It said American style.
Well,
It's not American ruby port. It's American.
You guys
style.
can't see this, but my eyes are watering.
But is there? Can you? Now, I personally like brandy.
okay, this is more. This is not a wine. This is like a brandy.
This.
I would almost serve this hot, like microwave that sucker, man. Heat that sucker
Like a
up.
mulled wine?
Huh?
No.
No. What if you took you took a glass
It's like
and you
raspberry.
poured boiling hot water in it, and then dumped the glass out, and then pour that in there like you would do in a
Like
brandy.
snifter?
Yes,
Actually, it's
absolutely.
nice. That's nice.
It's let me think what I'm getting in the nose here. This is really interesting.
It's fresh. It's like
It's
raspberry.
oh no, it's that
Blueberry.
oh, it's the Red Hots. That's what it smells like. Red Hots.
Okay.
You know,
Cinnamon.
yeah, like Red Hots. Those
It's
Red
cinnamon.
Hots. Those,
No, it's cinnamon. No, that's not
Oh,
just
cinnamon.
oh
Cinnamon
yeah,
Red
all day
Hots.
long. Oh my God.
No, I've got raspberry.
Blackberry.
Blackberry.
There's no
black.
black.
That's
where in the hell are you getting blackberry?
That's
There's
what you have
nowhere
with
near
the
that. Yeah.
cigar,
Blackberry
right?
brandy.
Yeah.
Huh?
Port and cigar?
Oh yeah, this
I don't
is
know.
cigar and chocolate. This
I
is
would be
good.
afraid to light something near that. That might just explode. That sucker is cranking.
Well, you got to remember.
19.2.
You got to
I
remember,
like that.
ports.
I like that.
Ports are going to be it's a fortified wine, so they're going to fortify it with brandy.
I couldn't.
It's
prepare myself
fortified.
And this
All
is
right.
this brandy is a blackberry brandy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
that brandy is made with blackberries.
It's
So
not brandy.
that is brandy.
That's what it is.
Well, there's brandy in there, but it's not brandy.
It's a blackberry brandy.
That's what they
It
call
says
it.
wine, didn't it say wine on there?
That's what
It's-
they call it in the South.
It's a blackberry ruby port. Okay,
Not
and
brandy.
it's made with hints of blackberry, fortified natural grape,
I mean,
spirits.
I will
It
Brandy.
drink it, but
It
it's-
doesn't say
I could
anything
drink
about
this.
blackberry on the bottom. It just says American style ruby port.
Champagne.
That's what it says
Well,
on the bottle.
in the description here, it says a blackberry ruby port. That's
Well,
what their
you know,
description
you don't want to smell it too much because it'll just burn the inside of your nose. But
Did you put this in champagne, like
and
a
it
Chambord?
and that cooks all the way down.
Oh, that's brandy. This is
That would be delicious with champagne.
Yeah.
you could mix it with
I would do
champagne.
the
Champagne.
You could put this on
Go,
ice cream.
go, Nita, go downstairs and get a hurry up, go downstairs and
Hurry up.
we're gonna
Relax, Nita.
yeah, like run, will you? Hurry.
Which one, the fruit or the rosé?
The brute, not the rosé.
Yeah. A brute.
Andrew, we need a half a glass of
No, we need a bottle
Two.
and glasses.
yeah, a bottle and 2 glasses, and we'll pour our
I
own.
just think that would be
Um,
really
oh my
delicious
gosh.
with
Well,
champagne.
I see. Personally, I think I'm not a sweet wine drinker, but I like brandy, and I think this is just one of those like
I could drink
nice
that with
sipping
in
wine.
champagne. It's almost like champagne.
This
I want
reminds
to put
me
it
that
over something though.
this
I'm-
this reminds me of the
I'm not
guy.
like on my ice cream or something.
This
Oh, ice
reminds
cream
me of
delicious.
the old guy when he's sitting there and he's got 2 young hotties on each side and he says, "I don't often drink brandy, but when I do, I drink blackberry ruby port."
The most interesting one in the world.
Yeah, I think it's just.
What do you
it's
think there,
I think
sis?
it's a fun wine.
I'm just smelling it, man.
Oh, no, you can't. No, you got to taste it because
I can't. I
no.
can't.
Oh, really? It won't make you throw up. It'll be good.
It's actually very,
I
it's very
I
nice.
gotta go to the gym. Shouldn't be taking wine.
Now, in the strawberry, which we don't have, there was a strawberry one like this, over ice cream with, I didn't
What happened to the bottle?
I drank it. No, I didn't.
Andrew's gonna bring it up.
Oh, well, tell them we got we're on a timeline.
Yeah, we have a show going on here, you know.
Wow. Well,
But see, I just think that is.
When is the lobster?
I think it's just
Wow.
a fun thing. I mean,
oh, let me throw this out to all of you viewers.
Is that?
Do you have? That's quite a face. You guys gotta see that.
Is that one?
Really good.
It's not
Oh
pink,
yeah.
right?
We want to do a second
Let me see it,
lobster
let me
lunch
see.
at Bono's property, and we're targeting the middle or end of June. But I mean, you really got to get on it. So if you have a particular date, Brad, that you want to bring your gang and all that, you need to tell me pronto. I'll see if the date's open. If it is, I'll book it, and your group will fill most of it, and then
Yeah, that's what I thought.
we'll fill the
That's
rest.
delicious.
So okay, so
Okay, here.
we're gonna put this in here. Let me have that bottle, honey. Thank you.
Will you make mixed drinks on the show now?
Yeah,
No,
we're doing.
put the bread in first.
Oh,
Just a little
stop!
bit in the bottom.
Stop!
Oh,
Stop!
that's sweet.
Yeah, but put it with
How
the
long has she
champagne.
been running
It's
this?
delicious.
We're not very long. All right, so here's what I'm doing, guys. I'm pouring sparkling brut. This is Amorosa Bella 2010 Russian River fruit. So we're gonna get some California wine in there to bring it back into reality.
No, you're gonna like it.
And now I'm gonna pour this fortified 19.2
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day goo.
Except we can't get it.
And it probably would, you probably, because it's a port, you probably could leave it like that for a couple months, right?
oh yeah.
All right, so look at the color's cool. You know, the color's definitely cool. You just wiped out that.
Champagne? Took it from-
Let me see what this does.
What are you gonna call this concoction?
Yuck. There we go.
No,
You
it's
can't call it yuck.
It's yucca wine.
Mother's Day champagne.
ruby port with
Have you been
champagne.
drinking all afternoon? Is that why you're buying into this? I'll be. Well, first of all, I don't like to put
that
goo
too much?
in my
I think so.
sparkling wine. I'm not a big add stuff. No mimosas for me.
You like mimosas.
Okay.
No, I don't. I like what is that? Chambord?
Yeah,
Chambord.
that's what I think this is like, the Chambord.
Chambord.
I don't mind that, a little splash, kind of. It's okay. But orange juice, nah. It's just you're
No,
killing
this is-
my nice sparkling.
I think you used a little bit too much of the
Yeah,
ruby port
You
with
just
the.
put like a little bit on the bottom,
Yeah,
like that much. And then it's
that's
delicious.
really interesting.
But you know what?
So if you
It's
get
really
this as
making my
a
ears
present
hot.
and you have one of our
But
bottles
you
here,
don't have one of
you
the
can
other
mix that
ones
up,
here.
and that's.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to
Here.
get this for a present because we can't ship it to anybody.
Scott.
What?
I'm gonna put some more champagne in
Oh no.
Why?
because you had too much of the other stuff.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh, jeez, take it easy there, Captain.
Just real quick though.
Okay, so really
They do
quick,
have.
'cause
They do
we have
have
a pirate
some.
on here that I'm
They
gonna
do some really limited edition oak barrel aged for 2 years, deep, rich, and layered for full body reds. A 2008
Just like a
Cabernet Reserve and a 2008 Merlot Reserve for $33 a bottle. Now they would not open that. Let me taste that. So
Cheapskate, why don't you just buy that and bring it home? For the love of God.
am I getting reimbursed for this?
No, hell no.
All right, well that's why. I had $40 worth of wine and $85 worth of shipping costs. You know.
Was it $80 that she had?
Well, I had to put it in a box and another box. So.
And we also had to go to different
Why
counties.
don't you just check it
to
as
ship
luggage? Are you crazy?
No, they would have thought I had a still inside there or something, you know. No, I honestly think that
It's
they're
definitely good with the
they're going
sparkling.
they're
Isn't it?
going
Go
through
light,
the-
though. Yeah.
they're going through
You
They're,
the
the
things
oh,
things
they
that
have
they're-
to. Oh, they have to.
you know, and I think that they're on the I think they're on
I-
the track, and I think that they're going to be much better as they get better. It's a learning process. It's got to be,
I love it.
and they've got to get away.
I wish you had seen
I
it.
don't say they got to have to get away.
Pretty.
They have to learn to be able to balance between what the local market is, which is that sweet wine. And I mean sweet wines, that's what the predominant is there. To more of the California, Oregon, and Washington style of wines are. And there's a balance that's in there. I don't think they have as big a market for that kind of wine there. Anybody that's buying that kind of wine is going to import it. Tennessee is a very narrow state, so you can go north and south and get to another state that has more lax liquor laws. So you can ship into them easy. They can ship out from there. But you can ship into Tennessee, and they're going to ship their wines in. And what does it cost us to ship our wines to Tennessee? Nothing. When you get it by the case, I mean, it's
It wasn't $80, I can tell you that.
So, you know, I mean, call us up. We will send you some wines, and we will let you be able to compare them yourself and let them do it. And I think that, but I think they'll come along. They'll come there. They'll eventually get there. The big thing is they can't source their grapes. You know, they have to source the grapes from so far away.
Yeah. Well,
I like this one.
it's interesting. It's
The ladies like it.
the ladies like this combo
Yes,
thing,
they
so
do.
we ended up with a California wine. We just put a little fortified brandy in it. I mean, we could do that pretty easy.
It's a southern sparkler.
It's a
You could call that a Southern Sparkler. Yeah,
There you go.
I'm okay with that part. Let me try it again. I'll tell you one thing, it's kicking my butt. That thing is loaded, Jack. Yeah, I'm going to be happy.
Well, the brandy is making the tops of my ears warm. You know?
Really?
Oh, I didn't
It does,
even know
I mean-
that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, yeah. Good luck tonight.
It's not the only thing that the top of it is getting warm too. All right.
Okay,
Well,
enough with
wow.
the frivolity.
Thank you very much, Tennessee, for
Yeah.
let us tasting your wine and having fun at your expense.
Yeah, because
But,
we're really having fun. And
we
good
are
luck with that,
sincere.
huh? Wow.
Call us, talk to us.
Yeah, we'll be happy to help you.
We'll be
Very
whatever
I
we
didn't
can.
quote all the fruit.
So.
Wow, that's tough. That's a tough market, boy. I wouldn't want any part of that. That's a really
Very busy.
painful, real painful.
No, very busy cellar. Very, very busy.
It was a
Lot of
busy
people.
place. Yeah.
It was busy.
Okay.
Is there
Wow.
a good place on
Well, no, they can hear you, honey. Your whispers go right
it's
in
very,
that
very,
microphone.
very busy. It was
So,
very busy.
all right. Now, we've gone through this experiment. One of the things that I said last week that I was going to do was we have some wine specials. And I said, you know, these are great prices. You're not going to find these in the grocery store.
Do like that.
And I was going to do a blind tasting of James 2009 Sonoma Coast Pinot Noir, estate grown. And I was to go to the store and find a similar wine with another producer, taste them blind, right on the shelf, and I bet you I would pick the James out of that easily. I want you to know, because I don't go shopping in the grocery stores or wine shops for wine, because I live with all this. I have lots of wine. I could not find. First of all, I couldn't find a 2009. Couldn't find one 2009. I did over at Beverages and More, but it was from Monterey, so that didn't help me. I couldn't find a Sonoma Coast 2009 of anybody. I even went Russian River, and I even bumped price point into the $38 category. Could not find one single bottle.
Pinot?
Of Pinot, because I want it to be a fair comparison. Because if you're going to do the thing correctly, you want
That Pinot is very good.
yeah. But I want it all to be fair. I don't want to throw a junker in there and go, well, our wine was better. I don't want to do that. And I didn't want to, it wasn't even in the $15, $18 category. I couldn't get anything close, man. It was like really tough. So I'm still on the hunt. And I will do that. I promise I will do the side by side when I find a comparative.
Pinot.
So it's a really, real blind, comparison. Okay, so I'm still looking. So right now we have the only 2009 Sonoma Coast in the area, Pinot Noir, and it's a darn good wine. And at $27, if you buy 3 or more, you're loving life. So take advantage of that. Is what we really want to say.
And you better be ordering it because it's we're running out of it.
Yeah, and then what you want to do is play while I run this, while I pour this next wine. Play Lobster Lunch and let people know what they are going to be looking forward to. And we need dates for the second Lobster Lunch. So let me know dates that you guys can really throw it out to you.
Yeah, from our friends.
But that's what it looks like. Okay, so that's Lobster Lunch, and if you've never gone to this thing, you're just crazy to miss this. And I know, Brad, you wanted to. I'm reaching out to Brad. You wanted to come to this, but I picked the only day that you couldn't bring your gang. So I'm telling you, I've got June and I've got middle of July. Either one of those, pick it. For a Saturday, let me know right away. I mean like tomorrow. I need to know right away. So, and you need to be there. Hey, take it easy there, Doc. Did you break all this stuff?
Careful.
She hasn't even picked
So we take advantage of your big. Yeah, that's some really nasty stuff. So we take advantage of that big group because it'll be great to be kind of your own little event. But we'd love to do that. And do a second one at Bono. Vineyard that we did last year. It was very fun. We had a good time. We had a beautiful time. Okay, so Pirate fans, we're back in the Pirate. We got it, matey. We wrapped up the 2011. There is no 2010. Please don't try to get it. There's no 9. There's no 8. There's no 7. I have a 7 of those, but you can't have that. This is a Bordeaux blend of Cab, Merlot, Petit Verdot, Cabernet Franc, and then it's got Grenache, Syrah, and Petit Syrah in it. 18 months, French oak, about a third new. So even though it's in that cutesy bottle, there's nothing cutesy about this bad boy. That is a monster. So let me see in the nose here, typical Heidi, just a beautiful bouquet. Of course, it had that other stuff in there, so the brandy's throwing me off a little bit. But
Yeah, my glass is tainted.
No, it isn't. The brandy evaporated.
2011. Let me just tell you guys real quick on the vintage year. That was a tough year. It was a cool summer, and then it got really hot, and you had to be really careful. A lot of fruit got burned, but if you did it correctly, it hung in there really nice. Like it a bunch. Wow. Here's Pirate.
11?
2011. Yeah, get your Pirate now. I'm warning you. She's going to allocate this, and that's going to be over.
There's only 3 cases in this album.
In the room here?
Yeah.
No, I ordered 6.
Well, and we got 6.
Oh, you got 6 six-packs.
But there's 6 six-packs, so there's
Who
3
the heck-
cases here.
Andrew, what were you doing?
Well,
Anyway,
no,
we'll yell at it.
it's not Andrew's fault. It's La Sirena. They sent 6 cases, but there's 6-packs. So.
Wow, that's just beautiful, right?
Elegant. It's an elegant.
It's elegant. Now, the difference is between what we tasted tonight in here is light years, but you have to remember, we've got the weather, we've got the soil, the terroir. We have all the components that make it relatively simple to produce pretty damn good wine. They're challenging across the board, very difficult. This is nothing but great. And any of you that have been buying the Pirate and have a vertical
What
going,
happened to that bottle anyway?
that could be, yeah, we're,
Stealing it.
Oh, it went in her pocket.
Stealing it, taking it with me.
that could be probably the coolest
smooth.
vertical
It's delicious.
ever.
I can't
It's
drink
smooth
that.
as glass. It really is smooth. Wow, hats off, Heidi. Excellent job on that. Not that it would be a surprise, but now this is a wine very worthy of aging, no question about it. But the caution flag is really clear, unlike anything else that we have. Buy larger quantities and hang on to it. You will be thanking me later on. Just trust me. You've got to do it that way, because you're going to get a wild hair one night and you'll be partying and going, oh, and then you grab one out of the thing and all of a sudden you grab the last one and now it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Get yourself a little bit of quantity so you have it on hand. You're going to want it, if you lay it down and you want to lay it down for 5-10 years, go for it, no problem.
Remember,
You know.
we started the night with 36. We are now down to 30.
That's true. Ooh. That's just getting back. I just opened it
Isn't that
before
good?
the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is that's some really nice juice. There is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you said earlier, and not to take a left turn or anything, but the differences between these wines, her wine, and those wines. I think a lot of it has to do with the style and being raised in the area with our all the abundance of our weather and our terroir and all that. But I think a lot of it has to do with our education system. And I think one of the things that we've been talking about is to do some stuff about the influence that UC Davis has had in the Sonoma and Napa Coast area. That's something that we need to talk about some more about and see where that comes from. See,
Well,
maybe we can get Heidi in
it's
and
the
we
staple.
can talk about it.
That's where you learn it. Right there is
Because you'll find that a lot of people will talk about clones and stuff, and a lot of that clone comes from UC Davis. So I think we
Wow.
need to investigate that some more. And so if you have some ideas, let us know what your ideas are so that we can research it.
Yeah. And buy your Pirate. I'm just telling you, buy the Pirate because it's going to be gone, baby.
Yes.
That's pouring awful damn good. I can't believe it. Nailed it again. I mean, really, that's wow.
fun.
I like the 10, but boy, I think this 11 is.
Barbecue. That's barbecue. They got a
Oh
barbecue
yeah,
system.
you can barbecue a lot with this. I'm gonna barbecue
Oh, that's
with
a
that tonight.
great big.
I think we
juicy
should barbecue
steak.
tomorrow, tonight, Thursday, and
Yeah.
Friday, and Saturday.
Mother's
Wow.
Day.
I
Mother's
like-
Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, to all you mothers out
Everything's
there,
Mother. Yeah,
Happy Mother's Day.
That's on Sunday. Is that this?
That's
Sunday?
Yeah,
Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay. And so happy Mother's Day, and do something cool for Mom.
Fire bottle.
Buy a bottle of Pirate, man. What better way to celebrate?
And let her sit and
And
drink
you
it
know
while
what?
you
And
cook.
don't
There
forget,
you
we do have some of our higher end ones. You know, we have her Art Bus, we have her Cabernet,
Yeah.
and those are all tasting really well too.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. That is
We need to
just
do it.
that is yummy. I got to put a little more in my glass. I want to thank you, Brian, for bringing this this experiment of wines from Tennessee. This is a neat thing to see. It is educational and interesting, and they have a lot of work to do, but they'll get there. But thank you for bringing those in.
You're
We
welcome.
really appreciate that. thank you guys for sitting through this while you watched the facial expressions. And we'll post Karina's picture. She has the best picture. Oh, my timer's done. Isn't that funny? She has a great picture that we're going to post. That's really, really good of Karina loving these wines.
Why is it
great.
so warm in here?
It's that
Must
brandy.
be the brandy.
It's that damn brandy. So thanks for your comments. I didn't hear from Dan. Is that Dan over there? Or is that just?
No.
Well, you know, Dan's been having some computer problems with his bandwidth.
Okay, well,
He's
fix
really
your
mad
width
at those
on your
people,
band,
yeah, so.
because that really helps. And so, get your tickets for Lobster Lunch and come this weekend for fun stuff. And it is next weekend, not this weekend. Next weekend is Taste of Alexander Valley, right?
Right.
That's a cool event. If you have not done that event, it's very, very cool. Probably some of the nicest wines you can
At the
find.
18th?
I think
Yeah, it's the weekend of the 16th,
16,
16,
17.
wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we should definitely go. Maybe I'll close the tasting room and I'll go with you. Yeah, what the hell, right? We can do that.
Let's do it.
All right, good. All right, so this is where you discover wine one sip at a time. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Next week, we're going to do Alexander Valley wines, and we'll talk about the area, and we're going to get ready for that fun event. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.